Slide over a little bit this way. Okay. UNCP wraps up its 5-game homestand today against the University of North Georgia Nighthawks, and we are thrilled to have you with us here at the bank. Welcome in, and thanks for joining us here on the UNCP Sports Network. Happy to be joined by Jen Smith for the first time this season.
Of course.
Jen, let's take a look back to last game for the Braves against Clayton State. Those 800 or so students and teachers that were in attendance were in for a treat. Really the most convincing victory of the year for the Braves.
For sure. They were really dominant offensively. I think that was the first game all season that everything started clicking for the Braves, so it was really nice seeing that, especially in front of 800 kids on a sugar rush, so it was really good.
And we'll definitely talk about those 800 kids throughout the broadcast. Looking forward to today's game. Two players that we're really looking out for, Ephraim Shimanga from North Georgia and David Strother for UNCP. We'll start off with Strother. Such a talented guy on both sides of the basketball.
He can play really well. He's someone that I personally would not want to go up against. He's good offensively, off the dribble, shooting. He's really good defensively with like 11 steals, I think, so far. So he's got it all together right now, so it's good.
And Ephraim Shimanga, in addition to being first-team all-name team in the Peach Belt Conference, really good defender, leads the conference in steals per game.
He does lead the conference in steals per game, and it's really important for the Braves to keep an eye out for him when they're on offense. So, they got to take care of the ball. Can't let him, if he does bite for a steal and misses, the Braves have to be ready to go for 5-on-4. So it'll be good.
We'll see what we have in store for us today. Should be a good one, a Peach Belt battle, UNC Pembroke, North Georgia tip-off in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. This is Braves basketball here on the UNCP Sports Network.
When you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer, drop a Big Bow box on it. Whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, at least they'll gnash their teeth on something delicious. It's bow time. When you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer, drop a Big Bow box on it. Whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, at least they'll gnash their teeth on something delicious. It's bow time.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
When you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer, drop a Big Bow box on it. Whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, at least they'll gnash their teeth on something delicious. It's bow time.
Back here at the bank, John Gross alongside Jen Smith. We'll give you the starting lineups here as UNCP and North Georgia just about set for battle. For the Braves, it's more the same. David Strother, Tyrell Kirk and Jordan Ratliff, the 3 guards. Into the front court for the Braves, Akia Pruitt and Carson Mounts. And for the visiting Nighthawks, Josh Cottrell, Bailey Miner, Ephraim Shimanga, and Darnell Snyers, the native of Belgium, the 4 guards. And down low, the big man, Karad Watson, patrols the paint. Braves again wearing their gray jerseys, which, in my opinion at least, those are my favorite UNCP jerseys.
I am all about a gray jersey, John.
Opening tip controlled by Snyers, and we're underway. It's 7-3 UNC Pembroke, going to want Peach Belt Conference play against the 5-5 North Georgia Nighthawks, who are winless in the conference, 0-2 to start the season. And a travel to open things up for UNG offensively.
Yeah, that was really good there by the Braves to set the tone early by getting a stop there.
Like we talked about in the open, UNCP coming off of their largest margin of victory this season against Clayton State. Really clicking on all cylinders, put up 98 points. As they work the ball around, it's Ratliff with the basketball. Looking to close out a 5-game homestand with a victory. Struther, penetration, contact, and he'll shoot 2. David Struther, one of the guys we talked about as a player to watch for UNCP. 88% from the free throw line this season.
Can't get better than that. Let's see if he goes 2 for 2 here.
And he knocks down the first. And Struther obviously offensively can get it done, pretty much has done so every game this season, scoring in double figures in 9 of his last 10 games. But the important metric for him as a point guard, just 1 combined turnover over his last 2 games.
That's huge, too. If you're going to be the point guard, you got to take care of the ball, set the pace, and he's done a good job of that so far this season.
Full court man-to-man pressure for the Braves after Struther hits a pair. And another travel. This time it's Darnell Snyers, the culprit. So 2 possessions and 2 travels for UNG. North Georgia coming off of a disappointing loss against a then 1-5 Francis Marion team. They've played USC Aiken and Francis Marion to open up Peach Belt Conference play and drop both of them. Ratliff pulls the trigger from distance. Pruitt on the offensive glass. And it'll stay with the Braves. Okay, Pruitt, that last offensive rebound, he moved into 6th place all-time at the Peach Belt Conference career rebounding ranks last game. Has a very real chance to end his career atop the list. Just now 68 rebounds away from breaking the conference record.
Yeah, a couple of times Carson looks like he's been open, so if they can get it to him, I think they'll be in good shape beginning. A couple of points down low.
It always helps when you have a 6'10" body down there.
Definitely helps in your favor for sure.
Ratliff could not get it off, and a shot clock violation for the Braves.
Looks like a full court press here, John.
Yeah, Braves going man-to-man. Cottrell. Now it's Ephraim Shimanga. Not much of a threat from downtown, but he can get to the basket and kick it out just like that. And the 3 ball falls off the rim. Double team comes on Pruitt, spins into it, and rolls off bounce the putback attempt. And it's a held ball possession hour to the Braves.
Yeah, and even though Pruitt missed that, that's really good offensively right there by the Braves, passing it around and getting it down low, and either makes it or misses it and gets called for a foul. So that was really good there by the Braves.
So fresh shot clock for UNCP to work with, now down to 10. And Ratliff fell. A little slow to get up, but he seems to be okay.
Braves have to get back quickly here.
Yeah, that was Cotterill who had a look at first for North Georgia. Now he's left open again, one of the best three-point shooters in the conference, and a rare open miss for Josh Cotterill, 8th in the Peach Belt Conference in three-point field goal percentage.
Yeah, they definitely got to keep an eye on him all game.
Pruitt the bucket, and the Braves an early 4-point edge. Pruitt averages over 13 points per game. Cotterill, good feed inside, but it's through the hands of Bailey Minor.
Yeah, that was a good play call there by North Georgia. The Braves have to watch that pick and roll all day.
And Shimanga left wide open underneath. That's a good pass from the big man, Karad Watson. And North Georgia on the board. Pruitt, a rare three-point look for Akia. And the weak side board secured by Shimanga. And stripped away.
Really good, yeah.
David Strother able to chuck it off of Shimanga. And we'll get our first look at Jabri Bullard for the Braves. Three-point sharpshooter for UNCP, wearing number 0. Strother curls off the mount screen, floater in the lane, and that's a tough shot, able to hit it.
Yeah, that was a good play execution there by the Braves. So they keep doing that, then they should be good.
Backdoor feed, Shimanga again, so dangerous. And he's really leading the way offensively for the Nighthawks. Kirk for 3.
That's what he does best, John.
Tyrell Kirk knocks it down. We'll see his brother Sean a little bit later on. 2 brothers playing together. That must be pretty cool to play together in college.
I think it'd be pretty cool. I mean, I'm an only child, so I can't really speak for it, but it sounds pretty cool playing with your brother.
As someone who has a younger brother, I would love to have played college basketball with my brother. I did play basketball at some levels with him, and it was certainly a lot of fun. Head to our first media timeout of the ball game. Braves an early 5-point edge. We'll be back in just a few. This is Braves basketball here on the UNCP Sports Network. Back here at the English E. Jones Center, UNCP an early 9-4 edge. As it's North Georgia basketball, the Nighthawks led by Shimanga, his 4 points. He scored the only points of the game for his North Georgia side. Snyers, kick out, off the bench, 3-point look. Falls out for KJ Jenkins, but a second chance opportunity here for North Georgia. Shimanga wheels in the lane, and he'll shoot 2. That's the first team foul on the Braves, first personal on David Strother. Ephraim Shimanga heads to the stripe. And as well as he can do a whole lot of the basketball court, free throws has been an area where he struggled, just 52% from the line this season.
And even though Schroeder did get called for the foul there, I do like his physicalness against Shimanga, so that's going to be good key for Schroeder to keep getting him physical play on defense.
And he clanks the second one. Bullard floats it up top for Levi.
That's a good pass there. That's a really good pass there.
Spencer Levi converting on the and one. And while we do have a second here as Levi heads to the free throw line, I want to talk a little bit about how you and Bull Slavin were able to organize that Education Day event, because there were over 800 local students and teachers there, and you guys did a phenomenal job putting that together.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we started planning that about 2-3 weeks ago, month ago. We just started reaching out, emailing, phone calling, all the principals in the local area, and thankfully, majority of them said yes. Pembroke Elementary dropped in about like 200, 300 by themselves. So
wow.
We were like, okay, this is really going to go all out. So then we started creating booklets for the kids, all this fun stuff. It was definitely a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun just to be there. Great atmosphere, especially with the students here on break. Get a lot of the local students in as Jabri Bullard, his first free throw attempt of the season. Bullard, we talked about it before, he is lethal from distance, but he had only attempted 2 two-point field goal attempts all season, and he hits both from the line.
Shooter's touch.
That is right, shooter's touch. Fourth in the Peach Belt Conference in three-point field goal percentage, so I guess if you're that good from distance, no point in you taking it to the basket. And Shimanga is stuffed!
That was good.
But a late whistle. And it goes against Levi.
A definite energy booster nonetheless, though, for the Braves.
So Shimanga will shoot 2 more. Has all 6 of North Georgia's points. Coming off of a 1-for-9 performance against Francis Marion. In a game that the Nighthawks fell with 2 seconds to go. And with that loss, they're now 0-2 in Peach Belt play. A strong board for Jabri Bullard. And what do you know, the leading steal per game player in the Peach Belt Conference strips it away.
Doing what he does best. Braves got to do a better job of taking care of the ball right there.
And it's a personal on Jabri Bullard. That's his first, team's third. Both teams with 3 team fouls in the early goings. KJ Jenkins, the redshirt freshman, kicks it up top. Zach Brown. Jenkins, the runner, and the first player not named, Ephraim Shimanga, is on the scoreboard for the Nighthawks. Mikhail Bethay also on the floor for the visitors, number 1. Strother driving kick. Pruitt another look. 0 for 2 from distance today. Kirk nearly saved it. Jenkins finds a wide open Bethea. Uncontested triple. And a whistle down the floor. That's Lonray Olatunji. An off-ball foul at the 4th team foul as Micah Kinsey and Sean Kirk check in. Sean Kirk, it doesn't matter what level of basketball it is, he has been one of the most exciting players I've ever seen.
Oh, absolutely. I could watch him play all day. So things like the moment you think he can't do anything else, he does something spectacular again.
And Levi called for an offensive foul as he was jockeying for position to the low post. So that his second personal, fourth team foul of the half. Yeah, we've seen some unbelievable dunks by Sean Kirk this season. We've also seen him go up for dunks and lose the ball or slip, but he's gotten so many opportunities that he's made up for those missed chances.
The moment he leaves the air, it's either going to be a slam dunk or a potential top 10 slam dunk every time.
I wish I could jump like that.
Same. Wish I could dunk.
Yes.
Sounds fun.
Contested three, offline for Jenkins, and the weak side rebound ripped down by Jabri Bullard.
Wide open in the corner. There you go.
Great pass to Kinsey. An offensive board for Carson Mounts. Feed the big man.
Oh.
And he traveled.
Really like the idea there. That whole possession by the Braves was really, really good.
Much to the dismay of the Braves fans in attendance. And that whistle was blown right in front of Mickey's Maniacs. So they're certainly letting the officials hear it today.
Every game, you gotta love Mickey's Maniacs.
Bethea, drive and kick. Jenkins over the outstretched arms of Carson Mounts. And the Braves look to push the other way. Ratliff, free throw line pull-up. Unsuccessful, and Jenkins is there for the board.
It's definitely gone faster here in the last couple of minutes.
And a turnover for the redshirt freshman 6-foot guard, KJ Jenkins, who he made his collegiate debut last game against Francis Marion. How about this? Put up 20 points and 17 points in his first ever college game.
I mean, what a debut. You can't get much better than that.
Really can't. Only 6 feet tall, but really good three-point shooter. Was 4 of 7 from distance. And Bullard, another great shooter, but he's off the mark. And Kinsey is fouled as he secured the rebound. It's a personal on Bethea, and we will head to the under-12 media timeout. Braves lead it by 3 here at the bank. 'Tis the season here in Pembroke, North Carolina. We'll be back in a few.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new
Braves basketball out of the under-12 media timeout. John Gross alongside Jen Smith. UNCP looks to wrap up its season-long 5-game homestand. And
That's
Mounts,
what you want to do all game long. Feed it to the big man.
and he has the size advantage. The tallest player on either roster.
His wingspan too, John.
An undersized lineup here for the Nighthawks. Zach Cottrell, number 22, was the one guarding Carson Mounts. He's just 6'5", so Mounts has a 5-inch height advantage, and like you said, the wingspan there as well. Snyers offline and Mounts on the board. Ratliff tried to force the issue, and he'll circle it back out. And an errant pass for Sean Kirk.
It was a good idea, though.
Kirk thought he was held. As Akia Pruitt checks in, Jabri Bullard comes out. So a small lineup for North Georgia and a big lineup for UNCP here.
When the Braves are offense, they definitely have to take advantage of that and feed it down low, for sure.
A chess match between these two head coaches, both of them their first year as a head coach of their respective university. Here's Kirk. Oh!
All day. Love to see that.
Print that on a poster and hang it around Pembroke. Sean Kirk.
That was just filthy, John. Might have another one.
Kinsey, the slam. And a quick timeout from Dan Evans.
Now that'll fire up the crowd for sure.
They are fired up here in Pembroke. Braves lead it by 9. And we will keep it right here at Lumpy Guarantee Bank Court. This is turning into the slam dunk contest.
I'm fired up, John. I want to go out there. Not that I can dunk, but
we could pass some alley-oops.
We could do the alley-oops for sure.
I thought Kinsey was going to toss that off the backboard.
I thought he was going to toss it too. I was fixing to just, man, that one by Kirk, though, that was just filthy.
We might be seeing that on SportsCenter tonight.
If I have a say in the matter, I will do my best to post that everywhere, for sure.
We'll get that all over social media. By the way, for all of our viewers out there who are not currently following us on social media, where can they find us?
They can find us at UNCP_sports on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. The same for all 4, so it's easy to find.
After the Dan Evans timeout, his first year as the head coach for North Georgia, trying to slow down some of this UNCP momentum after a couple of monstrous slams. I mean, we talked about it before. Kirk, just the energy that he brings to the floor, and he's had so many great dunks this season, but that has to be number one.
That has to be number one. I don't know. I mean, they're all number one, though. Like, if anyone else did all of his dunks, it would be their own personal number one.
Yes.
So it's just insane.
Shimanga lost it.
That's a double dribble.
And the officials agree with you, Jen. Double dribble.
I mean, you know, I'm right sometimes. No, I'm kidding.
Braves looking for their first double-digit lead of the season, or of the game, pardon me. Looking to get the ball inside. Kirk, too strong. And the loose ball fought for.
That's a great hustle right there. That is excellent hustle by the Braves.
That's the 16th foul on North Georgia, the second on Zach Brown. And I don't believe this Zach Brown has a band, but he may.
You know, you never know.
Braves looking to feed Mounts.
All day.
Really just pounding the rock inside against this undersized lineup.
They're definitely winning this chess match between big lineup and small lineup for sure.
8-0 run for the Braves. Cotterill traveled with it. And it's UNCP basketball, and now Dan Evans wants to insert his big man in Watson, who heads back out onto the floor. Coach Evans spent 6 years as the head coach at Ohio Dominican. Finished his tenure there as the 3rd winningest coach in program history. Kirk went up with it, came down with it.
Looks like Braves are in a full court press right here.
We saw this for them earlier in the game. 5 of the floor for UNCP. It's Kinsey, Kirk, Mounts, Pruitt, and Strother. Pardon me, Ratliff. So there's 2 guards out there for UNCP. And Akia Pruitt charged with the personal as Shamango will head to the free throw line.
Haven't heard his name in a while, John.
No, and they'll say it was on the floor. Yeah, he started off with the first 6 points of the game for North Georgia and has not scored since then. Jenkins, body down by Pruitt.
Brave Nation doesn't agree with that one, John.
And now it'll be 1-1. Braves over the limit. Pruitt heads out after a couple of fouls, and Tyrell Kirk comes on his place.
Brother and brother.
You know, I don't know the last time that I saw 3 forwards on the floor like that. You don't see that really very often for UNCP.
You definitely don't.
Ratliff.
Oh, that was a good fake.
The extra feed. Good recovery.
That was excellent ball movement there by the Braves. Really well.
And 8:45 to go, first half. Braves looking to up their Peach Belt Conference record. They're 1-1. They opened their conference slate with a 3-point loss to Georgia College. And then earlier this week on Thursday, it was a quick turnaround for the Braves.
Really
A blowout victory against Clayton State. Kirk with the hand in his face. And Kinsey's there behind the back feed. Sean Kirk can throw it down. He could also put a little touch on it. Mid-range jumper. He has 4 points now.
I'm really liking this full court defense right here by the Braves.
Miner picked up his dribble. Here's Watson.
That's good defense there.
Micah Kinsey, defensive ace for the Braves. Spins down the lane. Ratliff wasn't ready for it at first, but recovers and lays it in, much to the chagrin of Dan Evans, who takes another timeout. And the Braves up their lead to 15. Largest edge of the game for UNCP. A 12-0 run over the last 4 minutes. And we'll head to a commercial break. Braves up by 15 here at the bank. A 12-0 run for UNC Pembroke has them very much in the driver's seat. Braves have been getting it done on both ends of the floor.
Started off with that monster dunk by Kirk earlier, too.
How about this? North Georgia, they've only attempted 10 field goals to UNCP's 21 attempts. The Braves have made 10 field goals, so certainly going to help when there's that much of discretion.
Oh, yeah.
Watson, a bucket inside. 10 turnovers for North Georgia. Braves plus 14 in points off of turnovers.
That's the key right there all game. Create turnovers and execute in transition. Braves are doing a really good job of that so far.
There's a UNCP turnover. It's the 7th of the game. As Shimunga pulls it out. Backdoor drive and kick. Darnell Snyers.
With the clock running down, Braves cannot afford to give them a cheap shot here.
Open look for Miner. Missed everything. Ball fell right to Sean Kirk, and it's a kickball violation. Jabri Bullard and David Strother on for the Braves, and for the visiting Nighthawks, it's Josh Cottrell. Kirk, who has the lone made three-pointer of the game for UNCP. Braves just 1 of 9 from downtown. Foot of the line here. Nice move, but couldn't hit the shot. Jenkins got the switch, couldn't do anything with it. And Miner travels
Another
with it.
unforced turnover there by North Georgia.
Seems like the Nighthawks just can't get into a flow offensively.
And it can't help when the Braves are executing down low either, so really good job right now for UNCP.
Braves have won 7 of the last 8 games in this series. They had won 7 straight, but last year they lost on the road against the Nighthawks. The Strother lost it inside. It'll stay with UNCP. UNCP leads the all-time series 11-10.
That's really good right there. Oh, man.
Ratliff just couldn't find the hole. Like I said, a good take to the basket. Shamanga, strong finish around Spencer Levi.
There's a
Bullard?
shot right there.
Off
There
the
you
elevator screen. And there's the second made 3 of the game for the Braves. Bullard with 5 points. This for David Strother. That's his first. Shamanga finds Jenkins alone at the corner. Strong board from Levi.
Transition here for the Braves to see if they execute.
And Ratliff again missed inside, but Jabri Bullard there on the rebounds. Tyrell Kirk, bodies flying. And Ratliff earns a trip to the free throw line. That's the first personal on Shamanga. Team 7, so both teams in the bonus with 4:27 to go in the first half. Ratliff hits the first. 70% from the line this season.
And the Braves are really good from the line, which is really good.
A perfect 6 for 6 today. Ratliff coming off of a 21-point outing against Clayton State. He was 7 of 8 from the field. That follows a 1 for 9 performance against Georgia College. So good to see the former VMI transfer get things back on track. Miner trapped to the corner.
Another turnover.
And Ratliff again will head to the free throw line. That's on KJ Jenkins, his first, team's 8th.
Yeah, coming in, North Georgia only averages about 15 turnovers a game, and they already have 12 here in the first half. So that's really good defense by the Braves so far.
Ratliff just hit a pair now. This is his first free throw of the game. It's 2 for 3 from the stripe. The redshirt sophomore, just another weapon to the arsenal for Tony Jones. And hits the second. Braves 8 of 9 from the line in this first half. That was zone look for UNCP, and an open opportunity for Bailey Minor. That's his first point of the game. He scored double figures in 4 of his last 7 games, so playing some really good basketball as Kirk drives and kicks to Strother. Strother, quick release. And Tyrell Kirk fought for it, and it's off of Olatunji. Final media timeout of this first half. Braves still a comfortable 14-point edge. They'll look to close things out and head to the locker room with another big lead. This is Braves basketball right here on the UNCP Sports Network.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
Braves to the basketball under the attacking basket. Apologies for the technical issues. We'll get our cameras sort of back out in a second. Pass intercepted by Shimanga as he races across the timeline. Inside the free throw line, contested lay-in in transition, no good. And the rebound secured by Bullard and then is held by Shimanga. And it's a held ball. It'll be North Georgia basketball inbounding from under their attacking basket. And the officials will confer here on the near side. And Ratliff, active hands today in the passing lane for Jordan Ratliff. He has a couple of steals already. Jenkins goes to work, and Tyrell Kirk nearly stripped. And this time Tyrell takes it away. No highlight reel slam by like his brother, but hey,
still got the job done.
Right, 2 points is 2 points. Jenkins looking to respond offline, and Minor battling for the rebound was held away by David Strother.
Speaking of his brother, fixing to come in.
Sean Kirk in for the Braves as Snyers heads on as well. Ratliff off with KJ Jenkins getting a breather for North Georgia. One-on-one for Bailey Minor hits the first. And Sean Kirk didn't start his career here. He started at NC State. He was a top 200 recruit nationally. And then made his way to Pembroke, joining his brother Tyrell. And he's shown some flashes. Obviously, we've seen plenty of his athletic ability, but against Elizabeth City State, had a 15-point performance, hit a few threes. Really get to see the whole offensive arsenal as he looks to keep things rolling.
He's the kind of player that can really do it all from anywhere on the court, so huge pick up there by the Braves.
Tyrell, another triple.
5 straight for him, see if he can keep it going.
Chemanga nearly lost it. Finds a wide open Bailey Miner. Off to the right, and Struthers there for the rebound. Braves, their largest lead of the game, up by 17. Tyrell Kirk.
Downtown.
Heat check, rims out.
He almost made that.
Yeah, that was halfway home. Good look. Olatunji lays it in. Tyrell Kirk. So the hot hand as a late for the Braves. Mounts. Backing down. Knocked away. Good defense by Olatunji, the tallest player on the Nighthawks roster at 6'9". Snyers. Back to Snyers. Now Cottrell. Steph Curry range. Not on target.
Yeah, didn't end like Steph Curry, but.
You know you've made it in life when something is named after you, and you know you made it in basketball when a deep three-pointer is named after you.
After you, yeah. I mean, that kid, goodness, he can shoot from anywhere.
Obviously, he played at college ball in the great state of North Carolina at Davidson. Dwan Lassane, his first action of the game. Tough feed to Struther. Weaving inside, double clutch. The follow from Kirk. Unsuccessful. Ball did not hit the rim, so the Braves have to work quickly. Tyrell from downtown,
There
you
he
bet.
goes again.
Maybe looking like Klay Thompson.
Splash Brothers, but it's only him.
Jenkins, good move to the basket. At a 1 second difference between shot and game clock here, so the Braves can
Hold the ball for
hold
sure.
it. Yeah. You have Steph Curry, the deep threes. The turnaround is the Kobe.
Well, they've already got the poster slam dunk, so they're doing pretty much like an all-star game over here.
A zone look for the visitors. Tyrell
In.
follows it, and he's fouled before the horn, so he will shoot 2 shots. And Darnell Snyers charged with his second personal, team's 9th, and since there is no time remaining in the clock, you should just send everyone back to the bench. Maybe they'll put half a second.
Yeah, and that was great hustle there by Kirk, following his rebound, throwing it up before the buzzer sounded. Really good there.
Braves putting up 41 points. They're doing this, and obviously a chance for 42 here from Tyrell Kirk against one of the best scoring defenses in the Peach Belt. The North Georgia team that only lets up 71.4 points per game, and the Braves halfway through have 42 on the board. They lead 42-24. A really impressive first half for UNCP. Your thoughts on the Braves' performance?
They did a phenomenal performance. I mean, obviously things can be a little more cleaned up on the offensive side with 10 turnovers there, but other than that, they've done phenomenal. They're getting out in transition, dropping in the 3, hitting it down low. They're really doing it all you can think of on offense, so good job by the Braves so far.
And it's been the Kirk brothers show. Those two combining for 17 points and just 7 less than North Georgia has as a team. Tyrell, 13 points. He's been getting it done from distance, 3 of 7. That Sean Kirk dunk.
I mean, it was close before that dunk, and I think after that dunk, things just kind of got rolling for the Braves naturally. I mean, it would get me rolling for sure.
18-point edge for UNCP. We'll head to a commercial break. When we get back, we'll preview the second half and also talk about Jen's sweater. Tis the season game here, and fans were encouraged to wear an ugly sweater. And Jen, this is about as unique of a sweater as I'll ever seen. So we'll get to that in a couple of minutes. But this is Braves basketball right here on the UNCP Sports Network.
When you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer, drop a Big Bow box on it. Whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, at least they'll gnash their teeth on something delicious. It's bow time. It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a Big Bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
When you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer, drop a Big Bow box on it. Whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, at least they'll gnash their teeth on something delicious. It's bow time.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
Braves an 18-point edge as we head to the second half of action here. The final of 5 straight home games for UNCP's men's team. Welcome back into the English E. Jones Center. John Gross alongside Jen Smith. And as we promised, we're going to talk a little bit about Jen's sweater. It's the Tis the Season game.
It is Tis the Season game, right.
So you and Bull encouraged everyone to...
We encouraged everyone to do an ugly Christmas sweater. I, of course, as director of fan engagement, don't really have a choice in dressing up or not, so I went to Walmart this morning and found this for $3. It's a llama with sunglasses, so I thought it was a great choice. But
about as economical as a purchase as you can possibly find.
Exactly.
$3 for a sweater
about.
like
Exactly.
that is phenomenal. And I've certainly seen a lot of great Christmas sweaters.
There are a lot of great Christmas attire.
Ties. Yes,
for sure.
Christmas attire, absolutely.
For sure.
We've seen plenty of gifts, I guess you could say, for UNCP today, forcing a ton of turnovers. You talked about it before, but they're put in North Georgia right around their season average, and it's only halftime.
Yeah, their season average coming into this game was 15 turnovers, and they already have 13 at the half. So the Braves have done a phenomenal job on defense and then getting out in transition and executing, just like with Sean Kirk's phenomenal dunk that's probably going to be on SportsCenter. But, yeah, like, it was close before that dunk. After that dunk, it's not that close anymore. So one dunk can really change the difference for sure.
Yeah, so Tony Jones had a chance to talk to his guys at halftime. What do you expect the first-year head coach, what are some of the adjustments you expect his team to make?
I would have probably told them to keep doing what they're doing. It's obviously working. They have 42 points right now, so if they can keep doing what they're doing, North Georgia's probably going to come out a little more aggressive to start since they only have 24 points. But keep doing what they're doing, and hopefully things can work out in the favor of UNCP for sure.
Well, we'll get you the second half action in just a few minutes, so don't go anywhere. We'll take a quick break here on the UNCP Sports Network. When we get back, second half underway. This is Braves basketball on the UNCP Sports Network. Good to go.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
An 18-point lead for UNC Pembroke. We get things started here. Braves looking to close things out against North Georgia, move to 2-1 in Peach Belt Conference play And then they'll have a couple weeks off, which will be nice for them. Get spend the holidays wherever they may be going or staying in town. But next game for the Braves not until January 4th. That's against Young Harris. Then a couple more road games. Young Harris on the road, then 2 road games on the 9th and 11th against Flagler and Columbus State respectively. But first, looking to take care of business against the Nighthawks of North Georgia. Braves attempted 13 more field goals in the first half and hit 5 more than their opponents. Opening possession of the second half. Mounts. Spin move. And he's fouled on the way up. He'll shoot 2. First personal on Karad Watson and an early team foul on North Georgia. So Mounts heads to the free throw line. 87.5% free throw shooter.
It's a rare miss in general for the Braves from the stripe.
And Mounts hits the second. You don't see too many bigs who are that consistent from the free throw line.
I was thinking the exact same thing. It's really, really good for Carson to really be that well from the stripe.
Snyers. Shot adjusted by Mounts. The follow from Watson somehow falls off the rim. And the Braves look to counter. Tyrell Kirk hit a trifecta of triples in the first half. He's looking for another attempt, but he works it over to Mounts. Ratliff, penetration, looks to hook it up, and he dribbles it on the end line. Well, stay tuned for a big special guest coming on the broadcast in just a couple of minutes. After the next media timeout, we will be joined by somebody who really all of Brave Nation either knows or should know. You've seen the face. You've definitely seen the name.
And the smile.
And the smile. And we will get him on the broadcast for what I believe is definitely his first time this year. Can't confirm if it's his first time ever. As Miner works the baseline and flips it up and under.
You got to give it to Carson there. There you go.
Mounts was left wide open, and a couple fouls early in the second half for Watson.
That's 2 straight fouls there by him. So if UNCP can keep giving it to Carson and get their big man in foul trouble, that would be really huge for the Braves in the second half.
Mounts hits in the first, and we saw what happened when North Georgia was forced to go small in the first half.
It didn't end well for them, for sure.
It's not pretty for the Nighthawks.
Yeah, new coach Tony Jones and Braves definitely won that chess match in the first half.
And Shimanga tangled up. It's a personal on Jordan Ratliff. That's his first, team's first. Shimanga had the first 6 points of the game for North Georgia. He's only had 2 points since then.
Yeah, the Braves did a phenomenal job on zeroing him out and zoning him down without letting him take too much of the game by himself.
Snyers weaves inside, off the back iron, and Pruitt there for the board.
That was almost his 3rd foul, John.
Whipped around to a wide open Jordan Ratliff. Cut roll on the board. And kick ball on Jordan Ratliff. Braves plus 18 in rebounding margin. They are also plus 10 in the offensive glass, and that's something that, especially when the Braves had lost a couple of games, Mount Olive, Georgia College, that rebounding margin was something that Tony Jones and his coaching staff really wanted to emphasize. They spent a couple of practices just working on rebounding And it seems to be
it
paying
seems
off
to be
today.
paying off really well, yeah, because, I mean, that, especially on offensive, it just gives you one more possession and clock. So it's phenomenal. They've done a really good job on the glass today.
Kirk somehow falls out. He's had a couple of those shots that have been halfway home and just drew him out.
He's definitely feeling it today for sure.
Shimanga up and under. That's a tough shot.
Yeah, you can't play better defense than that by Carson. That was just a great move by him.
Strother, contested free throw line. Good defense. Shimanga, kick out to a wide open Minor. He's been short on a couple of open looks today. Ratliff attacking. Good defense inside by Watson. Couple subs heading to the scorer's table for North Georgia. Snyers pulls up, off to the left. And Snyers scoreless, 0 for 4 from the field for a guy who averages just shy of 9 points a game. Native of Leopoldsburg, Belgium.
I've always wanted to go to Belgium.
Had the chance to go there when I was very little. Great place. And Mounts fouled inside. We'll see if that's on Watson. It is. That's Watson's third. And all three coming within the first 4 minutes, 19 seconds of this first half. We'll take a quick commercial break. When we get back, a very special guest joining us on the broadcast. You will not want to miss this. This is Braves basketball on the UNCP Sports Network.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
UNCP a 17-point lead here in the second half, and now joined by a very special guest, the Braves Club coordinator. You've seen him if you've been on campus the past, when did you start going to school here?
2013.
2013, so you've seen him, you know the face, you know the name. As Jen said, you know the smile. Jave Giddens, the Braves coordinator. Jave, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Braves a 17-point lead. I'm sure you like a lot of what you've seen today for UNCP.
Definitely, we've been getting the ball inside. Oh, that's a tough play right there. But definitely getting the ball inside, getting fast break points, being able to pressure the ball. Something that I believe that Braves have thrived on for the last 2 to 3 years here.
Cottrell lays it in now. With your position with the Braves Club, can you talk a little bit about what the club does?
What the Braves Club does is we sponsor, we help support all 16 of our varsity sports. So that means our men's and women athletes. Our student athletes are the most important thing to us, so we will make sure we fund their futures, which is in the classroom as well as on the court or their respective field.
Jenkins trying to work off the Minor screen. Baseline wraparound feed from Cottrell, and Bethea kisses it off the glass for Deuce. So what are some of the major events that you have with the Braves Club?
So everybody knows about our Cash Bash. Cash Bash this year is going to be May 1st, 2020. We're very excited for what lies ahead on that. You'll also see us for our alumni basketball weekend. That's going to be on January 18th of 2020. That's going to be a good game against Augusta, a really tough rival within the conference. So I'm excited for those two events. that's coming up. We also have, during the year, we'll get things going with baseball, as well as our softball programs once they get going.
Ratliff thought about it. Kia Pruitt hitting a jumper on the last possession for the Braves. Here's David Strother. Nothing but net.
Great shot.
Braves up by 18 points. So I know a lot of people who are watching or listening might already be a part of the Braves Club, but if not, how do you get involved?
So the way you get involved with the Braves Club is you log on to UNCP/give. And up there you can give to your area of need. When it says area of need, you just click the drop down arrow and you click Braves Club, enter your information in that it requires in the fields, and you can make an easy gift to the Braves Club. Make annual gift, or you can make a monthly gift. Either way that works for the constituent.
Now, you said before you came on, this is your first time in the broadcast since 2016?
Yeah, so I was a student. I was asked to help out at one point in time, and very nerve-wracking, but I guess it gave me my confidence to lead me into this new job of Braves Club coordinator.
Braves basketball. Well, you mentioned the Braves Club coordinator, and Jay, some exciting news for you personally, and we are all thrilled as you'll be headed up to Big Ten country to West Lafayette, working in the Purdue Athletic Department.
Yeah, I get an opportunity to showcase my skills at Purdue, but nothing. Being a Brave, I guess I'm getting choked up a little bit, but being a Brave has been an amazing experience. You can get anywhere from here, and I had the opportunity to work here, go to school here, and I love my alma mater. Can't believe I'm leaving, but I'm very excited, and I love everybody that's been so great to me.
As Micah Kinsey gets fouled on his way to the hole, Kinsey will shoot 2 shots. Now, you mentioned you were a student here, so I mean you are UNCP through and through, and yeah, you said it before, but I mean your experience here, just based on what you've told me and what everyone has said, you've done so much here, and obviously everyone's so grateful for the work that you've done with the Braves Club and throughout your time here at UNCP, and we are absolutely rooting for you up at Purdue.
I appreciate it. This community is amazing. You got to be able to get the community behind you. And as soon as I got here day one, I knew that the community was behind this university. Rich history here, and I am honored to be a part of this family.
Braves up by 18, a little 3-2 zone look for UNCP. As Shimunga lost it, and then flings it out to Jenkins. 5 to get a shot off. Bethea works to the defense and rejected by Levi.
The block. Spencer has really come on this year on the defensive side. He was amazing last year, but I really feel like he has his presence this year.
And speaking of the Braves Club, Spencer Levi was our Braves Club Athlete of the Month.
Yes, he was our Athlete of the Month.
Last month, right? November? November, yeah.
He was awesome. He gave great answers. He's very excited about his GPA here. He's excited about the small classes that we offer here at UNCP. So we're honored to have him, and we're excited to see what's coming up next for him.
All right, Braves up by 18. We'll head to immediate timeout. Jay, thank you so much for hopping on here. Thank you for everything that you've done for UNCP and continue to do. And best of luck up at Purdue. Boiler up.
Oh, I appreciate it. Hail to UNCP.
We'll be back in a few.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
Big thank you to Jave J, as we all call him, Jave Giddens, for hopping on the broadcast, and we all know that he's going to do great things up at Purdue. But certainly will be missed at UNCP. Obviously
sure.
a major impact for all his time here as a Brave.
Gonna miss that smile, the light of a room. I know he'll do good things at Purdue, though.
Tyrell Kirk at the free throw line. Connects on the first. Braves' largest lead of the game, up by 19 points. Unsuccessful on the second attempt, and a foul 85 feet away from the basket on Jabri Bullard.
Yeah, that block by Spencer earlier, though, John.
I think the Sean Kirk dunk, number 1 on SportsCenter. The Spencer Levi block, number 2.
Number 2.
Yep.
I am very okay with that, absolutely.
Jenkins. Quick kick out. Bethea missed everything. And Levi and Shivanga battling for the board. It's a held ball. It'll stay with North Georgia.
I told you before, John, if I'm going to airball it, I'd rather go over the rim like that, because that way you look like you're strong instead of, weak.
That was one thing growing up that I actually remember my mom telling me that if you're short, you're never going to make it. If it's long, at least you have a chance.
At least you have
of
a
it going
chance. Right.
Jenkins, drive and kick. As the shot clock expires, a shot clock violation. Shimanga.
Yeah, that's at least North Georgia's second or third shot clock violation, so the Braves have done a really good job of keeping their defense zoned in for those 25, 30 seconds.
And UNCP certainly content with leaving Ephraim Shimanga on the three-point line. Just 2 of 8, now 2 of 9 from downtown this season.
Yeah, the way he started this game, it looked like he was going to have a spectacular game, but the Braves really crunched down and started defending him really well.
And that's the third foul on Shimanga as Bethea will head to the sideline and Darnell Snyers heads back in. Pruitt, little shimmy shake with the left hand, too strong. And a physical rebound hauled in by Zach Brown, the Princeton, New Jersey native. And carry.
That's the first carry call I've seen in a long time of any basketball game.
Yeah, that's something you don't see every day.
But it is a rule. It's just rare that they call it now.
Pruitt slides to the basket.
The idea was there, but not enough oomph on it.
Kind of telegraphed it, and Jenkins makes his way into the body of Jabri Bullard. It's a blocking foul on the floor. Couple changes. Sean Kirk heads on for Akia Pruitt. And Zach Cottrell checks in for Lonray Olatunji. Now we have 2 sets of brothers actually playing in this game, as Sean Kirk blocked Cottrell. Kirk and Cottrell both have brothers on their respective teams.
Don't see that every day.
I remember calling a soccer game earlier this season for the Braves. Obviously the Ryan twins. And then I forget who they were playing, but they were playing against a team who also had twins.
Because I remember you sitting in the office and you turned around and you were like, "You're never going to believe this." And I was like, "What?"
As Jenkins is fouled on the elbow jumper.
And he said that they had twins, and I was like, goodness. They were from Iceland, I think, right? Something like that.
Maybe, yeah. Something you don't see very often.
Not very often.
So it's a foul on Tyrell Kirk. Braves 14 fouls. North Georgia already up at 6, so Braves will be in the bonus. David Strother on, Tyrell Kirk heads off.
She did mention soccer, so shout out to them for making their 4th NCAA appearance this season. Good job by them.
And Jenkins hits the second. How about some of the accolades as well? The Ryan twins, obviously getting it done in the field, but also in the classroom.
In the classroom, too. Very emphasizing the student-athlete part of that, which is the most important thing. So really proud of them and the way they've conducted themselves off the field for Brave Nation. They've done a great job.
David Strother, a big triple as UNCP continues to pour it on, up by 20. Strother in double figures now with 10. 2 of 4 from distance.
Oh, he almost bit it.
Shimanga as Levi slaps the backboard. Another late shot clock shot for North Georgia, struggling to get quality looks. Kinsey. So creative with the
very
basketball.
physical down there with Spencer and
Kirk, good feed
pass,
to Levi.
Good pass. That was a phenomenal pass there by Kirk.
And one, Spencer Levi.
Like we were saying, the man can dunk, shoot, and now he can give an assist, man.
Second assist of the game for Sean Kirk. He's done a little bit of everything. North Georgia 0 for their last 8 from the fields. No field goals made in the last 5 minutes, 29 seconds as Levi converts on the 3-point play.
I keep talking about the full court defense, but I think one thing that people don't take a lot of consideration is even if you don't get a turnover, it still shortens the play clock down. So they've done a really good job of making the shot clock even smaller for the North Georgia so far.
Yeah, it's by the time that North Georgia can even get into their offensive set, there's already 8 to 12 seconds off the shot clock.
Right.
Jenkins, smothered by Bullard. Up and under move, unsuccessful for Zach Brown, who leads the Peach Belt Conference in field goal percentage. He's now 0 for 2.
That was another good pass there. Spencer finishing in again.
After that, a couple weeks ago, the Braves played a really close game against Georgia College. After that game in the press conference, Tony Jones said he's really sick of playing in close games. He doesn't want to see his team play in any close games, and well, since then,
I guess the team got the message.
Yeah.
Yeah, these last 2 games, they've really, it looks like they've really started to hit their stride. So hopefully they can carry that into Christmas break when they're on the road for a good chunk of January.
Now there's 3 road games, and then returning back home on January 15th.
Social media night.
Social media night. Cotterill gets Levi to leave his feet and lays it in. That's Zach Cotterill. His brother Josh, lethal from distance. But really not much going for him today.
Yeah, North Georgia can't get anything going. UNCP has done a great job today of shutting them down.
Strother athletic move and a block called on Jenkins, who was bordering the restricted area. His second personal, team's 8th foul of the second half. Strother, one of the 2 players who we mentioned as our player to watch. That's on the first. Carson Mounts, Jordan Ratliff on for the Braves. Jabri Bullard and Spencer Levi will catch a breather. Strother misses the second. Strother has 11 points. So he's a few points shy of his season average. And the rebound ricochets off the hands of Jordan Ratliff.
Into Mickey Maniacs again. Love the effort, though, there.
Now, Sean Kirk nearly took out our good friend Mickey Locklear.
Flew for a dunk, now flying into Mickey. Man.
And Mickey with, he has an elite tailgate. His whole crew, Mickey's Maniacs, they're called. You'll see them.
I think they had gumbo, shrimp gumbo today.
I didn't have a chance to stop by today, but that wouldn't shock me. Jenkins, a big triple for North Georgia. Just their 3rd made 3-pointer of the game, at 3 of 16. Are you a big gumbo fan?
Oh, I am all about some gumbo, absolutely. Cajun food is definitely my go-to food choice.
Sean Kirk.
Sean Kirk again.
Mr. Do-It-All. 7 points for Kirk, 3 of 5 from the fields.
It doesn't feel like 7 points, though, John.
His impact has gone far beyond just that. And Jordan Ratliff, a heady play.
Really great job there by Jordan.
As we hit the under 8 media timeout. Braves up big. Plus 24 here. They've been feeling it on both sides of the court. We'll be back in a second. This is Braves men's basketball on the UNCP Sports Network.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
To Bolden Lamar.
Back here at the English E. Jones Center. Get a look of Athletic Director Dick Christie, his wife
External
Wendy.
offs right there. That's my crew.
There we go.
Bull's hat, though, seals it. Think he wins this.
Bull Slavin, Lamar Corman getting all dressed up and spirited.
Great crew, great crew. Couldn't have asked for a better group to come and work with.
Braves lopsided lead here. And I do want to say, on behalf of all of us here at UNCP Athletics, a very happy holiday season as Kirk rims out to the three-pointer. Backdoor look. Good defense by Ratliff. Bethea out to Darnell Snyers. Still scoreless. And Jenkins too strong on the triple.
John, it just feels like the Braves are just suffocating North Georgia in every aspect of this game.
That's a good way to put it. 34% from the field of the Nighthawks. 16 turnovers. They're minus 14 to the rebounding margin. Bethea behind the back into the three. Falls off. Minor there on the rebound. We saw the North Georgia women's side, ranked 13 of the country, pull out a double-digit win against the UNCP Lady Braves earlier. And Minor with a hand in his face, couldn't get it to go. .540 to go, clock rolling. Second half, UNCP 63-39. Braves 2-2 at home of the season, which is a bit surprising. This has been a tough place for opponents to play in years past. There's Kirk once again. 9 points for Sean. Quite possibly, though, home court advantage maybe hasn't been as much of a factor yet because the students have been away for every single Braves home game so far.
Yeah, I think their first one. There's another dunk right there.
Jordan Ratliff showing off the hops.
Yeah, now it's just a matter of, who can get the best dunk, basically.
So we've seen three big dunks. Ratliff, Mike Kinsey, but of course that's Sean Kirk.
Sean Kirk definitely wins. Everybody else is fighting for second place right now.
Dwan Lassane, Tyrell Kirk on for the Braves. Kia Pruitt as well as Strother, Kinsey, and Kirk head off. So it's the Braves starting lineup, but Dwan Lassane in rather than David Strother. Bethea works off the Cottrell screen. He is shifty. but couldn't get the lane to go.
Yeah, and UNCP is still pushing as if they're down by 2 points, which is really, really cool to see.
The rebound deflects away. They'll say it was off UNCP. We saw that in the Clayton State game, too. Braves really had that one in the bag, even in the first half. Dominant performance, both halves for UNCP, but Tony Jones's team, they didn't slow down.
Yeah, I think that's really crucial, especially when you get in towards late January, February, getting into conference tournament. You know, those games might start off close, might not, but it's important to keep your foot on the gas because you never know when someone might start a strike late and try to come back.
Jordan Ratliff clipped Bethea on his way to the hole, so he'll shoot 2. That's Ratliff's second, team 7th of the second half. And even you look at UNCP's bench, every single player on this team that's in uniform plays major minutes.
Major minutes, yeah. And I think that's very unique because some teams, they only play like 2 players off the bench, but this team is very close and they rely on every single person. And like everyone says that, but I think this team takes it to heart that anybody can come off the bench and create chances, and they've done a really good job of that so far this season.
They can go 10 deep. Pruitt with the hands in his face.
Why not at this point?
Akia Pruitt, just a 32% three-point shooter entering the game. Missed a couple of open looks earlier today, but like you just said, why not? Everything seems to be falling for UNCP here in the second half. Snyers, good runner. Darnell Snyers, an interesting story from Leopoldsburg, Belgium. And at age 16, started playing first division basketball in Belgium.
Wow. First division at 16.
Yeah, you'll see in Europe a lot of the top players will play at that level earlier on and younger. The system a bit different, obviously, but yeah, that's regardless of where you are. That's
I was
impressive.
just trying to get my driver's license at 16.
Right. Media timeout here. We'll be back with the conclusion of this game. Braves up big, 3:15 to go here in the second half.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Yeah, probably the score hub might have gotten turned off or something. Yeah, it's nothing on our end. It's down there. Somebody must have unplugged it or something. I just... Final 3:15 of today's game. UNCP up 72-42. It'll be North Georgia basketball after the deflection. John Gross alongside Jen Smith. Jen, the director of fan engagement here at UNC Pembroke. Lefty hook off to the left, and Levi has the rebound. DeJuan Lassane looking to get into the action. A step back off balance.
Off balance, man, nothing but net too. That.
Had 3 points against Clayton State. That was his first game scoring since the season opener, and now he gets back on the scoreboard. And with
That was a
Lassane
good
scoring,
pass right there.
with Lassane scoring, every single active player for UNCP is on the scoreboard.
Just one of those days. UNCP has got everything going for them.
2:12 to go, 74-42 Braves.
I mean, this is an all, like, Tony obviously might have something negative to find, but this is an all-around phenomenal performance for the Braves so far today.
Yeah, coaches always seem to find something in film review, but the key talking points he's had, defense and rebounding. And at least based on the numbers, the Braves have passed those tests with flying colors today. Tyrell Cook.
Great move, great move.
Shifty. And the Braves will sub here. Mike Kinsey on, Tyrell Kirk heads off. And we'll head to a quick break here. Braves up 76-42 on the UNCP Sports Network.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
A minute 50 to go, 76-42 UNC Pembroke. Very much in the driver's seat against North Georgia.
I was just looking at the rebounds, and 45-28. I mean, that's almost double for UNCP. So they're just doing a phenomenal job on the glass.
Good head fake from KJ Jenkins. Off the mark. And keep adding to that rebound tally. Now 46-28 in favor of the Braves. Fourth board for Spencer Levi and Pruitt. Offensive rebounds. Tried to whip it into a cutting teammate, and Kinsey kind of got in the way of it.
Good idea, though, there, for sure.
Mikhail Bethea, the 6-foot freshman guard out of Lawrenceville, Georgia. Steps back over Kinsey. Nice shot.
Yeah, it was a nice shot there.
For this North Georgia team, growing pains as you can expect under a new head coach in Dan Evans, his first season. Different system. But UNCP has just been dominant today.
I think one stat, too, that's probably not going to get talked about a lot is the assists. You know, UNCP has 17 assists to 9. You know, that just shows me that no one's being selfish today. Everybody's finding the open man. That was a great dunk there.
76-46, 30.8 seconds to go. Yeah, 17 assists for the Braves and 26 made field goals. Against Clayton State, UNCP had 29 assists on 36 made field goals, so
that's just
sharing the basketball.
No selfish plays so far yet, so that's really, really cool to see.
And less than a second difference between shot and game clock, as Kinsey can just hold it, and UNC Pembroke will up their record to 8-3 in the season. Finish this 5-game homestand 3-2, move to 2-1 in Peach Belt Conference play behind a 30-point victory, 76-46, the final in favor of the Braves. UNCP, again, just dominant really in all facets of the game. Only 2 scores in double figures, but it was a total team effort. Tyrell Kirk at 16, David Struther had 11, but just well-balanced all around today.
Well, extremely well balanced. You have the assists, you have the rebounds, you have the defense, the turnovers. I mean, you could go on and on. I mean, the box score is just mind-blowing with how well this team plays today. They did a great job for sure.
Braves off for a couple of weeks. On January 4th, UNCP heads down to Young Harris, and then on the 9th and 11th, the Braves will take on Flagler and Columbus State, Those 3 games all on the road, but we'll have radio broadcasts for you live on the UNCP Sports Network. For our producer today, our camera operator, Mr. Do-It-All, Dave Nguyen, my broadcast partner to my right, Jen Smith. By the way, your broadcast debut, phenomenal job, Jen.
I was pretty nervous coming in, but, I just rolled with it. Thank you. I appreciate for coming on.
A happy holidays to you, a happy holidays to you, Dave, a happy holidays to everyone out there watching and listening, and hope that you enjoyed our broadcast today. Braves end the decade with a win. That's certainly a nice thing to say.
Couldn't have wrapped it in a better bow than that.
Yep, ended on a 2-game win streak, an 8-3 record. So UNCP well on their way to keeping things rolling in the season. We'll talk to you in a couple of weeks, but until then, for all of us here at the UNCP Sports Network and the UNCP Athletic Department, have a wonderful holiday season, and we'll see you again next year. Braves win 76-46. This has been UNC Pembroke men's basketball right here on the UNCP Sports Network.